There are miracles in the Bible that shake nations. And then there are miracles so quiet that if you are not paying attention, you might miss them completely. No fire fell from heaven, no sea was divided, no walls collapsed. And yet, on this day, God bent the laws of nature for something most people would consider small. This is the story of the day iron floated. The sons of the prophets were increasing in number. The place where they lived and studied under Elisha had become too small for them. It was not a problem caused by rebellion or pride, it was growth. So they came to Elisha and said, "The place where we dwell is too narrow for us. Let us go to the Jordan River and cut down trees and build a larger place to stay." Elisha listened. Then he said, "Go." But one of them spoke again and said, "Please, come with your servants." And Elisha agreed. Sometimes the miracle does not begin with power. Sometimes it begins with presence. They went down to the Jordan River together. Axes were lifted, trees were struck, wood began to fall. Sweat mixed with dust. This was not a prayer meeting. It was ordinary work, faithful work. The kind of work that rarely feels spiritual, yet is done in obedience. Then suddenly, in a single careless moment, everything changed. As one man swung his axe, the iron blade slipped from its handle. It flew through the air and disappeared into the river. The water swallowed it immediately. Iron does not float, it sinks fast. And as the axe head disappeared beneath the surface, something else sank with it. The man's heart. He cried out to Elisha, not with polished words, not with rehearsed prayers, but with raw fear. "Alas, master, for it was borrowed." That one sentence carried shame, fear, helplessness. He did not own the axe. He could not replace it. To lose it meant debt. It meant embarrassment. It meant being unable to continue the work he had been trusted with. Sometimes our deepest distress is not caused by sin, but by responsibility. Not by rebellion, but by pressure. Not by intentional carelessness, but by the fear of what we cannot fix. Elisha did not scold him. He did not accuse him. He did not minimize the problem. Instead, Elisha asked a simple question. Where did it fall? God often asks questions not because he does not know the answer, but because he wants us to locate the place of our loss. The man pointed to the spot in the water. The river looked ordinary there. Nothing on the surface revealed what had been lost beneath it. Elisha put a stick. No long prayer is recorded, no shouting, no dramatic display. He threw the stick into the water, right there at the place where the axe head had sunk. And then the impossible happened. The iron rose. What should have remained hidden came to the surface. What was lost was restored. What was heavy was lifted. The axe head floated on the water as if it had always belonged there. Elisha turned to the man and said, "Pick it up." And the man reached out his hand and took back what he thought was gone forever. In that moment, God proved something many people struggle to believe. He showed that he cares about details. He showed that nothing entrusted to you is too small to matter to him. He showed that he is not only the God of public miracles, but also the God of private losses. This miracle was not performed before kings or crowds. It was done for a nameless man in an ordinary place during ordinary work, involving a borrowed tool. And yet, God altered the laws of nature for it. Sometimes what sinks in your life is not faith, but hope. Not obedience, but strength. You did not plan the loss. You did not intend the mistake. It slipped from your hands. It disappeared. And now you stand there saying, "Lord, I cannot replace this." The floating axe head tells us that God does not shame you for losing what you never owned. He helps you recover it. He does not mock your panic. responds to it. He does not ignore small prayers. He answers them. The same God who parted the Red Sea caused iron to float. The same God who called fire from heaven retrieved a borrowed axe head from a river. And if iron can rise at his command, then nothing in your life is truly beyond recovery. That day the work continued. Trees were cut, the building went on. But something deeper had been built in the hearts of those who witnessed it. They learned that the God they served was not distant. He was attentive, he was present, and he cared. Because the God who does great miracles also does small ones. And sometimes the quiet miracles are the ones that stay with us the longest.